제 134회 시간 있나요?
네, 안녕하세요. Welcome to Let's Speak Korean. I'm your host, Lisa Kelly. Me and Naomi are here playing around too much before the show. But let me introduce my co-host. Oh, I'm sorry. The guide to the Korean language, Steve.
Wow, thank you. That's a nice one. 안녕하세요. I'm Stephen Revere. Thank you all for joining us once again. We're going to continue the story, and Lisa and I got in from the airport, and then we make some plans to go do something on Saturday night, which you'll hear more about in a moment. Or do we? But then, before that, we've got two students.
안녕하세요, 네오미입니다.
안녕하세요, 레이입니다.
Okay, nice to see you guys again. Okay, as Steve was saying, there's a dialogue taking place inside the taxi. Let's go and find out what we're saying.
Wrap it up.
With Lisa.
And Stephen.
이번 토요일에 시간 있나요?
왜요?
난타 공연을 볼까 해요.
어쩌나 선약이 있어요. 일요일은요? Alright, today's dialogue would be very useful if you want to ask someone out on a date or dinner or make plans with someone. So let's get right to it. The first expression is 이번 토요일에 시간 있나요? Do you have time this Saturday? And we express it the same way in English. Do you have time meaning are you available, right?
That's right. And this time we have what may be a new sentence ending for a lot of you. You may be used to 시간이 있어요, right? That is a more common ending. Here we have another one. You're just kind of casually asking a question. 시간이 있나요? Notice, 있다 is a regular verb, okay? Any normal verb gets 있나요. The great thing about this is unlike 시간이 있어요, you have to conjugate that. You have to think about whether you get 아요 or 어요 and all that kind of stuff. Not this one. You just take the stem of the verb, 있, okay? And you add that on to 나요, 있나요. And then there's also another one that occurs for adjectives. Okay, adjectives are completely different. They get 인가요. Okay, they get the 니은 가요 ending. So we're going to practice this a little bit. Lisa has prepared some nice flashcards for us. And you, ladies and gentlemen, our students, have to choose the correct ending. 있나요 or 인가요.
Okay, here's our little drill cards here. Look at the verb and end it with 가요 or 나요. And also if you can make a short phrase with the word in it, that'd be great. The first one is 오다, to come. Naomi?
밖에 눈이 오나요?
오나요? Very good.
Easy.
And next one. Okay, it's 가다, to go.
언제 집에 가나요?
Oh, very good. 가나요.
Now we're going to switch to adjectives here, and now you have to worry about the 받침. If it has a 받침, then you just say 은가요, and then if it doesn't have a 받침, you just add the nian on the bottom of it.
Okay, the first word is 예쁘다, to be pretty.
이 컵이 예쁜가요?
Oh, good.
예쁜가요? Okay.
Is it pretty?
Here's one for Ray. Okay. 아름답다. I can't even read it. 아름답다. Oh, they're talking about me over and over again. Yes, Ray.
아름답다나요?
Okay, nice try, nice try. This one's a little more complicated because it's the irregular be-up verb, right? Yeah. And in this case, you still have to change that be-up into an u. So you would say 아름다운가요? 아름다운가요?
아름다운가요?
Good job. 아름다운가요?
아름다운가요? Here's one more because this is a word that we learned last time. 친절하다, which meant friendly or nice. One last one.
스티븐이 친절한가요?
한가요.
친절한가요? Oh, good. You're just getting in more and more trouble today, I tell you.
Okay, next one. All right, next one. Steven says, 난타 공연을 보러 갈까요? Okay, 볼까 해요. 난타 would be a performance we have here in Korea. It's very famous, actually. They performed in New York as well. It's called Cookin', I think,
all
in America.
All over the world, I think, yeah.
So Steven is asking me, shall we go and watch the Nanta performance?
And 할까 해요 means I'm thinking about doing something. I'm thinking about doing it. So 노래할까 해요 means I'm thinking about singing a song, okay? In this case, I'm thinking about going to see the Nanta performance. So I say, Nanta 공연, 공연 means performance. 난타 공연을 볼까 해요.
볼까 해요. And this it also suggests, shall you go, or shall we go together, or can you come with me? So it has that nuance in there, even though it's a statement. So
Since I've already asked what you're doing on Saturday,
exactly.
right?
So
You can
there's that
kinda guess.
nuance in that when you say 할까 해요. All right, and Lisa answers 어쩌나. 어쩌나, I like this word, okay? It means assume. It shows that, oh, darn. Too bad, I can't do it. 어쩌나. So you already know that she's going to turn him down. And then she says, 선약이 있어요. 선약 means a previous appointment or a previous engagement. So this is a more formal word that you would use probably more with business people or when someone you want to be polite with. I have a previous engagement. I'm sorry. 일요일은요? Okay, how about Sunday? Steve?
Okay, good. Yes, there's a couple of points I want to emphasize here. 어쩌나 shows that I really want to go, but I have no choice. You will also hear quite often, 어떡하죠? 어떡하지 means, what am I going to do? I really would like to go, but I can't. And then, notice, 선약. Have we heard something does this sound a little familiar? Have you heard 약속? You know 약속, right? That's a promise, right? 약 means promise of some sort, and 선 means first. So I have a previous appointment is what they're saying. 선약이 있어요. The other thing I want to emphasize is the pronunciation here. Normally you think 있다, it's like a D, right? But then when you combine a D plus an N, it turns into 있나요, right? We've gone over it already, but let's practice pronouncing it one more time before we go. 시간이 있나요?
시간이 있나요?
시간이 있나요?
돈이 있나요? Let's try that one.
돈이 있나요?
돈이 있나요?
Very good.
Why? I don't have any. Okay, let's go on to Korean Insight. Korean Insight.
Okay, and today's Korean Insight is a Korean study tip from Steven. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Learn what has meaning to you. Study what you're interested in. Little story for you. A long time ago, I thought maybe studying fairy tales would be a good idea. So I pulled out the fairy tales, and I remember reading one about a goose. But for years, I couldn't remember the word for goose because I don't care about fairy tales. They're not interesting to me. I don't care what the goose did with the fox or any of that kind of stuff. But on the other hand, I was looking through a catalog a couple of years later, and I ran across the word 거위털 베개. They had this pillow there, and it was a goose down pillow, and I remember that for the rest of the time I've been in Korea. I'll never forget the word 거위. That means goose. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at the things that you're interested in, catalogs, whatever interests you, you will remember it longer and better.
Oh, that was such an interesting story. Yeah, I almost fell asleep. I'm just kidding. Okay, 거위털 베개. Okay, let's ask Steve to summarize what we learned for today.
I'd be happy to. We've got 시간이 있나요? Do you have time was the question, right? 시간이 있나요? You'll hear that once again in the first line, and then the third line there. He says, 어떤 공연을 볼까요? I'm thinking about seeing something. Actually, the intonation is probably going to go a little down. I'm thinking about doing this. 공연을 볼까 해요.
Okay, let's go on and take a final look at our situation for today.
이번 토요일에 시간 있나요?
왜요?
난타 공연을 볼까 해요.
어쩌나 선약이 있어요. 일요일은요? Okay, that's it for today. Hey, you guys, 오늘 시간 있나요?
아니요, 없어요.
저 있는데.
있어요? 아니, 맛있는 거 먹을까 해요. I was gonna buy you something nice, Naomi, but...
Not anymore.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us once again, and we'll see you here next time at Let's Be Korean. Bye-bye.